pod and Turtle Rock.
Yeah, for sure. And there'll more than likely be double dips at some point in these dungeons. You honestly can't get away with going through Keysanity without some form of double dip. Otherwise, you're really, really lucky.
Yep, and our runners are underway, and Fred is starting a sanctuary, Aaron starting at the house. 20 rupees and a sword in Link's chest.
Well, that is a way to start, and I can only imagine, unless Fred is going to prove me wrong right here, yes, he is going for the Houlihan strat to start out with, going to get some of those extra rupees to burn. I don't blame him at all. It's always really frustrating to have those Keysanity seeds where just don't get any rupees whatsoever, and just trying to mitigate that as soon as possible.
So he's setting up. He didn't have to go into cave for this setup. There's a couple ways you can set this up, and he's choosing the quicker but less consistent way. But I'm pretty sure he's got it done here. No problems.
Yeah. And Aaron is actually opting to skip on the Houlihan for right now. He could still definitely do it, but for now he's going straight for the Lost Woods and Kakariko area. Not finding too much from the level 1 tree pole or the bush crab.
We'll see what's on the lumberjack ledge here. See if ag is required. Nope, that's just a full heart container. We're not going to need that too badly.
And Fred is going to be taking the southern route to Kakariko. Going to be checking these bushes out here to see if he can maybe get some bomb drops. Nothing right now, but he's going to screen transition and come back to see if he can get 1 or 2 bombs to spawn. And nothing. He is going to skip it altogether.
No bombs just yet. He's probably going to buy some bombs once he gets to Kakariko with that extra money he found.
Yeah. At the very end of the day, doing Houlihan will give him the ability to buy those bombs, so he's going to be covered just as much, but definitely wanted to try to find them early, so he could have maybe saved 50 rupees or so. And Aaron getting lucky with a drop right there. Just 1 bomb, but still, that'll allow 1 extra place to check before he has to buy bombs.
So Fred checking both the race game and the library. Both had compasses, so we're not going to come back for those. Now it looks like both Fred and Aaron are going to make their way south first, probably to buy bombs at this point because you don't have the bombs just yet. Fred finding the small key to desert, so that opens up 2 items once we have access to desert.
Yeah, one of those small keys where you don't necessarily need it to beat a dungeon, but it's still good to have just for those 2 items, like you said.
Aaron does not have the money just yet to buy bombs, so he's going to open a chicken hut. Maybe he'll find rupees or even bombs here, and that'll forego that fact.
Ooh, just a key to Ganon's tower, though.
Yeah, key to Ganon's tower, not the best find. You really only need 1 to complete seed, assuming we don't have to dig Ganon's tower.
It looks like he is farming rupees, but he does find a bomb drop, so he is going to be able to check out the house here. Meanwhile, Fred buying 3 very expensive bombs for 100 rupees at the bottle vendor.
Bottle vendor doesn't... not the nicest bottle vendor in the seed, especially since Fred just paid 50 for 10, then he just pays 100 for 3. Not exactly the best return on investment there. Small key to pod. You're going to need to find 6 of those to logically complete this seed, at least a complete pod.
And then he gets 3 more bombs in the back of that well as well.
Ooh, nice early mirror for Fred in the well. He also found a small key to ice, which will definitely help once he dives into ice for routing purposes.
Yes, I always like going to Ice Palace with 1 small key. Just allows you to kind of get all of the chests in kind of one fell swoop, as opposed to just doing like a giant loop around the entire dungeon. So definitely nice to get that.
Fred now checking the Blind's basement, finds more bombs, silver arrows, finding a key for Skull, and we find a heart container.
And in the back, going to pick up some rupees, and he's also going to pick up 50 more in that chest.
There's Kakariko delivering us the mirror, and well, the silvers are nice, but they're not really useful at this exact moment. So let's just see. Sure, Fred will go up towards the Lost Woods and see what's in there. Aaron, he's gonna be done with Lost Woods and Kakariko after this is all said and done.
Yeah, I still imagine he's going to go south, though, to check out the librarian race game.
And then both our runners are most likely converge once again, as they done here. Probably go south, south of Hyrule, get those the dam chests and everything over there.
Definitely. So while they're kind of retracing the steps of the other runner, very quickly, just to go over another important aspect of Keysanity, the maps and compasses of this mode have also been given kind of a new feature, little extra utility, I guess you could say. Whenever you pick up a map for a dungeon, that is actually how you can tell whether or not a dungeon is going to be a crystal dungeon or a pendant dungeon. Otherwise, you won't know what the reward is until you actually obtain it yourself. And the compass will give you a nice little, I guess, checklist whenever you're inside of a dungeon. Shows you which items you've gotten, if you've gotten all the items in that dungeon. Not so useful for these runners. They've played many randomizer seeds. They're aware of the dungeon counts. But for newer runners, it is definitely a very useful feature to use. In the dam, we have another small key to Skullwoods.
One other thing that you'll find runners will do in Keysanity, if they don't have the maps for dungeons, they will talk to Sahasrara. He will tell you which dungeon has the green pendant. If you talk to the bomb merchant in the Dark World, he will tell you which the 5 and 6 crystals are to activate the big bomb.
That's right, so when it's all said and done, you really only need the intel on the red and blue pendant dungeons. Once you have that, you can pretty much figure out what the rest of the dungeon layouts are going to be based on what you said, and then just all the other ones are just going to be crystals. So it's really nice to kind of get those 2 dungeons figured out early. Then you just can kind of figure out what your go mode is from there.
Yeah, you don't want to be in a situation where you end up gambling dungeons that you don't need to gamble. Only to Ganon's Tower. We find a map. Here's our first map, Desert. So if Fred checks the map right here, we'll see which, if Desert is a pendant or a crystal, and which one. However, he's not checking it just yet.
Yeah, I might be putting it on hold for just a little bit. Maybe a possibility of bringing up another map soon, so that way you can just kind of check both. That's what I imagine he might be thinking right now anyway.
Yeah, no need to check it until you decide you want to go over there. We don't have the big key yet, so we can't complete the dungeon anyway.
Right, that's very, very true.
Fred now over to Ice Rock Cave. One item over here, a little bit out of the way, but you don't want to forget it if it's something good. And we have a map to Pod, so not the best item, but it's going to be good intel for these runners.
For sure, Pod's another dungeon. I would personally like to know whether or not it's a pendant or crystal early on, just so you know. Okay, could I just go straight to Helmasaur or not even worry about Helmasaur, or do I hold off on that till I have keys? Just kind of knowing that information can really affect your routing.
Fred, Aaron gave us the map check for Desert, and we find out that Desert is in fact a regular crystal.
Okay, nice. That's a good one for it to be a crystal.
Ooh, the lamp at the uncle.
That is almost vanilla. You get the lamp usually before Uncle, but kind of in the same progression of a standard seed anyway.
But the hook shot, where you sometimes find a lamp in vanilla, that's a very nice find for Fred.
Very, very true. That'll be nice for just Hyrule Castle as well, just kind of having an extra tool to stun enemies with, and I think there's a few cases where you can actually use it to kind of latch onto things and just have a little faster movement in here.
Yeah, before you find the boots, hookshot's a really nice way to just fly around rooms, and even the overworld, you just latch onto things and make your way through some places faster.
I believe that was the level 2 tree pole. Just green rupees, unfortunately. So nothing great from the tree poles this seed yet.
Well, getting those 10 arrows out of the way is a nice little start, even though we don't have the bow yet. You don't want to run out of arrows at a really bad point, but now we have the silvers, we're not going to need that many arrows to begin with.
That is very true.
So once again, it looks like Aaron's just following Fred's footsteps. The only difference between these runners, I believe, at the moment, is that Aaron spent the time to get the hula hand rune done, and he now is actually behind Fred in rupees. Fred must have found a 300 drop somewhere that Aaron did not.
Actually, no, Fred was the one that did hula hand. I think Aaron just had a little extra grinding to do
okay.
elsewhere.
Okay, that makes sense then. I'm surprised we didn't kill the enemy. See what the stun drop is. Just like in everything else in Randomizer, you think just the items are randomized, but the stun drop, which is usually a green rupee, that's also randomized in this game.
Yeah, it is. And honestly, in a seed like this, which hasn't been given off a lot of rupees at first, that could be very, very valuable. So those are things that you probably want to start getting into the habit of checking in Keysanity, just to kind of avoid situations where you have to grind for rupees for a really long time. We did get the Tower of Hera small key in Zelda's Cell, so that's another small key that don't need it to beat the dungeon, but it does lead to an item, and if you don't get it then, that location could troll you for a while.
And there's your answer for what the stun prize is. It's 5 rupees, which, you know, it's gonna be easier if they need to grind for Zora just to be able to stun enemies and get the 5 rupees from them.
For sure. Okay, where is Fred gonna go next? I imagine he might be going for the eastern area next, just based on what he's found so far and places he has checked.
Yeah. The only other place that's really open to him at this point is Agina's Cave, and that's only one item, whereas you'll have access to around 7 here in the eastern part, so that's a lot easier.
Plus, we'll also get some nice, juicy intel on that green pendant as well.
What do you think it's going to be? Turtle Rock?
I'm actually going to go with Thieves Town on this case.
Ooh, pod.
Pod.
Well, the good news is if we have to kill Helmasar, we can just easily be able to come... Ooh, the flippers! Back of Sahasra's hut. But yeah, if you can, if you have to beat Helmasar, you can just check that green pendant in right away, immediately after finishing pod. You just mirror right to Sahasra and turn it in.
Yeah, definitely. And that's also nice just because, due to the nature of Palace of Darkness and the many, many keys that you need for it, also a big key on the Hylia Island, you can kind of just not really worry about Helmasor until you absolutely have to worry about him. So you can kind of just not have to worry about making the play to go straight to Helmasor, because why would you? It's a pendant dungeon. You don't want to clear it if it won't, unless you know for sure it'll lead to something.
So there's a big key on Lake Hylia Island, so that's going to be one of those items that's going to troll these runners a little bit. However, ooh, power gloves from Hobo.
Ooh, very, very nice. That is actually only 1/3 of our Dark World access right now.
But it does give us a lot of Death Mountain access. We now have the glove, the lamp, and the hook shot.
That is very, very true. I did not even think about this. Yeah, that'll definitely be, I think, a location they'll want to visit very, very soon.
Once Fred found those flippers, he decided not to go into Eastern just yet and see what the flippers lead him, and sure enough, it led him to the glove, so it's going to keep on opening up spots in the overworld for him. Aaron, however, he looks like he's going to go into Eastern. So we have our first real round divergence here, 14 minutes in.
Ooh, half magic.
Always nice to have half magic, even though it's never required to beat a game. game. It's very nice to have. Nice little safety when you find canes, and if you have the fire rod, you use it as a really strong weapon.
Definitely. So yeah, about that route divergence you talked about, right now it looks like Fred is kind of following the breadcrumbs a little bit, while Aaron's kind of being a little more thorough with his routing, kind of making sure that he kind of gets all the items in the area before he actually leaves the area. And this is the type of divergence I love to see in these Keysanity matches, just because, honestly, both directions they're going, I think, are smart plays in their own right. So it's really cool to see who get all on top from this.
Fred sees that the item on the Zora ledge is a red bottle with red goo in it. Now, usually these runners will skip going out of their way just to get a potion and a bottle, but because it's their first, he's going to grab it, and now he has access to Sick It.
And with that new glove that he got not too long ago, Fred is immediately going to go straight to the back end of Escape and see what those final 3 chests are.
Key to Agate Tower and a key to Pod. So now we have 2 Pod keys.
We also have the Moon Pearl in Eastern Palace. Aaron just picked that up.
So Eastern might have been, well, not might have been. Eastern's definitely to play, finding the Moon Pearl early.
Yeah, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe the hammer's on Death Mountain. So in a way, they kind of have you go in like 3 different directions just to get the Dark World access here.
Yeah, Fred's not going to go back to Eastern for a while, I don't think so. Eventually he's going to have to, because he's going to have to get that Moon Pearl.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, if Fred's lucky, he can find both the bow and the Eastern Palace Big Key on Death Mountain, then he can make this routing a lot easier, because Aaron's definitely going to have to double dip Eastern Palace at this point.
Yeah, that's pretty much Keysanity in a nutshell. All these different scenarios, and honestly, anything can pay out. So, really, both runners, I think, are making really, really excellent plays in their own right. It's just going to be interesting to see how the seed decides which play will be more worthwhile at the end.
Yeah, and Fred's now making his trek up to Death Mountain. Aaron, however, he's heading towards Agina's Cave at this point, it looks like.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to be a lot more thorough with his checks here in the Light World, and I do not blame him. You don't want to miss a single thing in Keysanity.
We're going to get a peek on what's here on the desert ledge, see if it's anything that we're going to have to come back for. We find... Promo, please. Oh, heart and peace. How vanilla.
And Fred's trying to be very, very careful navigating this mountain with only 1 heart left.
Yes, oh, that was a nice hit on Dead Rock there. Dead Rock was out for blood.
Thankfully, I think he should be fine. He'll get 2 hearts in this room down below, so you won't have to worry about him dying just yet.
Yeah, especially because we're... Ooh, Master Sword in the Agina's Cave.
You know, we're just... Right now, we're only 1 castle tower, but never mind. Bombos and Hammer in the bottom half of Paradox Cave.
That's 2 really nice items to find for Fred. But finding that hammer, I mean, not the hammer, the Master Sword does open up, because we have the hammer, not the hammer, the sword, and the first castle tower key that Aaron's going to get eventually. He's gonna go over to Aga and check that 1 chest right now with that Master Sword. He did not get the castle tower key from the back of Escape just yet, so he's only going to be able to check 1 chest back here. Meanwhile, if Fred ever comes up here, he'll easily be able to check 2.
Yeah, with that hammer find, yeah.
Ooh, the bow
Whoa.
is on the floating island.
Wow. Oh, and taking a death right there does not get to check a Spiral Cave, unfortunately. We have a big key to Turtle Rock in the first chest of the Castle Tower.
Ooh, that's something that I don't think he wanted at this very moment, but it's definitely something he's going to most likely need for later in this game.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, Fred's gonna have to go. Well, it's not gonna be so bad because now he has the mirror, so he can easily get to the top from this side as well.
Yeah, he never checked up here either, so he's going to be able to do all this, and then he'll be able to hammer over to get the Spiral Cave.
Mm-hmm.
Another vanilla piece of heart on top of Spectacle Rock. We find just one rupee inside Spectacle Rock, so we're definitely not getting that. So now we're going to Fred, mirror up, and you can also check 3 chests inside of Tower of Hera. We can check the first chest in the basement, we can check the chest in the back, and then we can actually check the tile room chest as well. Aaron gets his gloves from the hobo. I'm sure Aaron's not going to be the most pleasant runner when he sees the Castle Tower small key here in the back of his cape. He's going to go there now.
Another key to Ice Palace we found in Tower of Hera.
Yeah, that's the second one's not as good as the first one.
True, very true. Yeah, so Aaron is that Sank again, so he is probably going to go to Death Mountain, and leaving behind that other chest in Castle Tower may not be so bad. He is very, very close to Dark World access, and then he can just easily mirror at the pyramid to pick up that last chest later on, so that's probably in his mind right now.
We know he'll be able to get that Dark World access once he gets that hammer on Death Mountain. Fred clearing the tile room, no problem with the little peg glitch. See if this Hera small key leads to anything good. We have the blue boomerang. So it's a loose definition of the term good, I would say.
Yeah, some people love the blue boomerang. Some people prefer the red boomerang. It's a big, heated debate on the Discord of which boomerang is better.
Do you like distance, or do you dislike lag? That's basically what it comes down to.
Pretty much, yeah.
I can utilize both. I can use the blue one if I really want to use the stun enemies. I'll use the red one just for the switch and pod in the basement.
Yeah, that's kind of my mentality too with the boomerangs. Honestly, they're both great to have in their own rights. I don't like making a big thing of it.
Alright, we're gonna see what's in this Spiral Cave chest, and then Fred's probably gonna be done with Death Mountain after that. There's our second bottle.
Oh, he never actually checks the kit either yet, so he still has that item possibility too.
If he's heading towards Eastern, we know that's gonna be the right play. That's where the Moon Pearl's hiding.
And it looks like Aaron's gonna go ahead and do Hera first, then jump down, and then do the east side afterwards.
And you might hear the music on the Aaron side of Tower of Hera. It sounds like the pennant music. However, that doesn't help us in Keysanity. The music's all shuffled inside dungeons.
That's right, it does. Unfortunately, the Hyrule Castle music hasn't been randomized yet. I think that is something they should consider, though, because I do love that, probably that dungeon theme best out of all of the possible ones.
I just want the chest game music playing at all times.
That is a good tune too, but I feel like that would get like really, really repetitive after a while.
So we see here on Aaron's side the tile dodging the tiles. Which one's which? We can't easily tell. Well, if Aaron had blue mail, it'd be a little tougher to tell the difference.
Yeah, that's true. I love how he's not even like using the coffee break strat, just like going around the floor, kind of dancing around with his brothers. It's a really, really nice, lovely scene we had there.
Yeah, it's a nice little bonding experience for them. Stone Harry. Now we go over to the right side where we know he's going to find himself a Bombless Medallion and that all-important hammer. Well, Fred gets his Moon Pearl, so now he has he's the first to have Dark World access. 26 minutes in.
Yeah, and Aaron's not going to be that far behind, and literally they're going to have like basically the same places covered at around the same time. The only difference is Aaron having that that Master Sword and the first chest of Castle Tower checked already.
Alright, so Fred, done with Eastern, he's probably going to head over towards either the South Shore Dark World or more likely, and that looks like the Kakariko portal for the Dark World access here.
Even going as far as to utilize the mirror in that first room. It's a little faster if you don't have the boots to use the mirror, just to kind of get to the entrance a little faster.
Yeah, I never thought about that strata. That's something very interesting. A lot of runners you'll see if they have if they have the flute, they would just go to the top of the old man and flute from there, but no flute yet, so it's just going straight from Sanctuary. That does save a few frames, and every frame matters.
Yes, it does. It definitely does. And again, I can't stress it enough. I love watching runners of Link to the Past just to see like all these overworld inputs just to make navigating the overworld just a little bit faster. These runners have done this so many times. They know all these little optimizations, so it's always really, really fun to watch and just kind of go through just overworld stuff. It's just really awesome.
Right, Fred's deciding he's going to go check out what's going on in Skullwoods first. Well, Aaron looks like he's going to go down to the South Portal. He'll probably route in Hype Cave, and he'll probably also talk to the bomb vendor to see what those 5-6 crystals are.
Yeah, they're both runners, again, doing kind of a different divergence. Fred finding Fire Rod in its vanilla dungeon location. That wasn't in the big chest, but it is in a chest not far from the big chest.
Would it be wrong for me to say something like Christos? Because when an item is in its vanilla location, it's the one we yell at Fred.
Right,
so it's, similar.
Okay.
Only because Fred's running. Ooh, big key from Meyer in Hype Cave, and that's the only thing relevant in Hype Cave. So not the most hype, but well, I'll take the big key from Meyer anytime, especially if it's a crystal.
Yeah, I have seen seeds before. Where okay, got a nice little map check there. We do find out that Swamp is a blue pendant.
Ooh, so one pendant away from having full information on which is which. And Aaron did not go to the bomb vendor, so we're not going to see. But he's probably going to go swim over to Lake Hylian Island and get that big key that's on there.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. It's there. It's waiting for him. That could be the big key to Thieves Town, which is a very important one, especially in these early Dark World stages.
Fred took a death here, but it's not the worst death in the world in this room because getting a refill on hearts and dealing with these Gyptos, you don't mind it too much.
Plus, I think it was intentional anyway. He only had one heart coming in here. Ice Palace was the big key on the island.
So yeah, Ice Palace big key is interesting because both of these runners pretty sure they know the Ice Palace bomb jump, so the Ice Palace big key not technically necessary, but logically it's always necessary if Ice Palace is a crystal, and we find the mushroom in the middle chest in Skullwoods.
And again, about that Ice Palace big chest, that's another one of those locations where, you know, you don't necessarily need the big key to beat the dungeon, but it could always be on your mind if you leave it behind, so it's always good to have your bases covered. Wow, and Fred is jumping right into the back of Skull Woods. Going to be fighting Mothula on only 6 hearts, green mail. Thankfully, he does have double magic, so that's definitely nice to have.
We find out that the crystals 5 and 6 are actually at Ice and Skull Woods.
Ooh, okay, nice. Fred's already working on one of those.
Yeah, but again, it's not going to be the easiest fight in the world when you have green mail and fighter sword here. And the fire rod's nice with half magic. That's probably what's his preferred weapon going to be in this fight. Aaron, go into the pyramid and see what's on this pyramid ledge. See if we have a progression item over here.
Nothing there, but he has that mirror, so he's probably going to check that second item he left behind. That is going to be the last reason we'll need to come into Castle Tower, since Aghanim is definitely not going to be required in this scene.
Correct. Alright, send your good vibes to Fred for this Mothula fight. He's got 5 hearts left. He's going to have to use this fire rod very precisely here.
Pretty good so far.
You got 8 hits on them. I guess one of them went to spikes. Up there you go.
Ooh, and that was
1 heart left.
Too. I believe one of his blasts was going right for him too, so yeah, he got kind of lucky right there, but he did make it through. He gets his crystal. Didn't get a really worthwhile item from Mothula, but he got the 5/6 crystal, and that's one of the 2 crystals we'll need for the other 2 items at the pyramid.
And that is our first crystal at 33 minutes. Fred Coughlin.
Now, 30 minutes for your first crystal, I think, is really, really good. There's some Keysanity seeds where you literally won't be seeing that first crystal until closer to the 1 hour mark, so definitely well played by Fred.
Looks like Aaron's going to be, might be following Fred's footsteps. He's going towards that portal also.
He's going to have a slight advantage in terms of the Mothula fight. Has 1 extra heart and a Master Sword to fall back on. Doesn't have that double magic, though, which is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that he's going to... Like, he's going in here. He doesn't realize that the fire rod's going to be sitting right here for him.
That's true. That's very true.
So he might not be thinking about Mothula right now, but he will once he finds his fire rod.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Fred now in Village of Outcasts, going to the C-shaped house. That's harder to say than I thought it was. And we find a powder.
Ooh, and that's something he can use very, very soon as well.
Yeah, we're right in the area, and he's taking a mirror out. He might be going there right now. Well, not right now, but eventually. Always gonna go cash in the bottle first. I like this.
Oh yeah, that is a good play as well. Still haven't seen what this item is yet.
And Fred's gonna bomb the kid. I saw that coming once he got that bomb upgrade. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, why is the kid playing with bombs anyway? I don't know if I like that.
And a small key for Pod. That's 3.
Just error capacity in the chess game.
Let's see if he dives into thieves here. You can only check the
Looks
first
like it.
4 chests in here, but he's gonna do it.
And Aaron actually demonstrated something that's always bothered me about the Gibdos in this game. The hook shot cannot stun them, the boomerang can. That always bugs me. And we got another small key to Turtle Rock inside Thieves.
That's 2.
Yeah, it looks like Aaron is going to head over to Mothula now. Better sword in hand, at the very least.
Better sword, but not half magic. It's an interesting trade-off.
Yeah, you'll definitely be seeing a much, I think, different strategy for fighting Mothula just in these 2 runners, just based on the relatively small change in their equipment. You got another map in Thievestown, Skullwoods. Don't need that anymore.
The map of Thievestown in Thievestown. Interesting. He's gonna leave, and then he'll probably see what Thievestown is. He's gonna check the map here.
Yeah, we're still looking for that last pendant information.
Fred looks like he's gonna go and cash in that powder at the magic mat. Aaron conserving magic by taking the hammer to these Gibdos instead of using the fire rod. Fire rod kills him with 1 hit. Takes some death though. Gibdos hugs deal 2 hearts of damage. So yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a crumpled mess. Ooh, Magic Bat has a small key. Oh, Castle Tower. That's the second Castle Tower key. We know that's not necessary anymore.
Yeah, irrelevant small key.
Fred now probably going to go complete the quote-unquote world tour down here. Going to go back to the Dark World. Probably about Digging Game, Haunted Grove Ledge.
Unfortunately, he's not going to have a traveling companion for this world tour since he does not have Titansmiths yet.
Correct. He need Titansmiths to grab the frog and grab the purple chest and make the most efficient routing. But it's always good to get these out of the way because you never know. Titansmiths might be part of this routing.
That's very true.
Is Fred going to spell an F? No, he's not.
I think he's going to say hi to us, chat.
I'm gonna do the hi. Find the map. He's going to grab it, see what the map is for. Ice Palace. Well, we already know what that one is.
Okay, so we are in Mothula. Aaron only has 2 hearts. Needs to be very, very careful here.
Oh,
yeah.
We dealt 2 hearts damage. And we see that Thievestown is indeed a crystal as well, so still looking for that last pendant for full information on these dungeons. Aaron's going to say no to Mothula. He'll come back and route it in later.
Yeah, that half magic really did, I think, make a big difference there for Fred.
Big key here in the Haunted Grove Ledge, and it's the big key to Swamp. That's not the most useful. It opens up just 1 item. Don't even need it to complete the dungeon.
That's right. Another one of those scenarios where, yep, you have the big key, but not required to beat the dungeon, but it'll definitely give you reassurance on that one location you don't want to leave behind if you do have to go through there.
And a big key from Stumpy as well. This one is Skull. It's just like
Wow.
Palace. Just opens up one chest.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of those optional big keys, because we got Ice Palace not too long ago either.
Yeah, the 3 most useless big keys have all been found by our runners. Now, what we're really looking for Swamp Palace is that small key, because we can only access one chest in Swamp Palace until we get that small key. Then we can access the entire dungeon.
Okay, no bumper cave, just a compass.
So we know Cape's not going to be required for that. Fred got his red crystal formation. Now he's going to head over to Hype Cave himself. Get that Meyer big key and not much else.
Well, looks like Aaron is checking the graveyard ledge for an item, which is an item. Also, Fred just bombed the generous guy.
Fred. You got a big key from that cave. It wasn't that bad.
I think his logic was that the guy himself didn't hand it to him, so he was kind of holding that big key back. Cane of Burna in the back of graveyard ledge.
That's a nice little safety item to have. Not really from Mothula, but for enemies like Blind and for laser bricks. Oh, Fred dying just before getting to that big key on the Lake Hylia Island.
You know, this has been a pretty rough seed in terms of defense, because, yeah, only 6 hearts and 7 hearts for Aaron, and still working with that green mail. That's pretty rough. I think you have more hearts than this in a typical run of just vanilla Link to the Past when you start going through.
Now he knows how I feel when I play Zelda 1.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
If you ever see me play Zelda 1, I'm dying every other dungeon, and until I find Red Ring, then I just destroy the game.
Yeah, that's usually how Zelda 1 works for me, too.
Anyway, Fred now, he's going to try again into Lake Hylia one more time. He knows it's a big key. We know it's going to be the big key for Ice Palace.
Yep.
Aaron gets his powder. Also, powder, another good safety item to have, not just to activate that magic bat. You can turn those anti-fairies into regular fairies.
Well, looks like Fred is making his way over to the Darkness Palace area now. Gotta be careful, though. I think he's going to be okay, though. Ooh,
do you think he's actually going to go into this cave right here? Because this cave is a big fairy. He can refill his hearts.
That could be something. That's true. Nope.
Walks right by it. That's something I would have done, but... He's going to be very careful here. Every enemy any hit from any of these enemies can kill him.
Yeah, sees that heart, gonna go back and grab that.
The second heart still doesn't matter too much. These enemies that are here will deal 2 hearts of damage, so he's still in danger of dying.
Yeah, but 2 hearts is still closer to 3 hearts than 1 heart, though, so...
That is true. Looks like he's made it through. He's losing into pod. So even if he dies in here, I'll just go back to the beginning of the dungeon instead of having to save and quit and go back to the light world.
Yeah.
Now, pod is very interesting in Keysanity because there's going to be 6 pod keys in here. However, with the 3 that he has, he can check most of his dungeon, except for the right side, no bow yet. And he can't get to Helmasaur, obviously. He's going to skip out a 1. Oh, never mind. He found a vanilla small key in here.
Of course.
Now he can, if he utilizes the hammer jump, he can now full clear every item in this dungeon except for Bowlocks and Helmasaur.
Yeah, and the big chest too as well.
Ah, yes, we do not have. So he's going to forego the vanilla big key chest right now.
Yeah, not too uncommon to find a Palace of Darkness vanilla small key in its own dungeon. There's a lot of items in here, so plenty of chances to find a vanilla key in here.
Because I believe there's 11 items in here.
I think it might even be more than that, because you have the 5 unique items, you have the 6 key chests, you have the 3 dungeon items.
That's right, yes.
So yeah,
forgot about the dungeon items. So there's gonna be 14 chests in here.
14, yeah.
I was just thinking 6 plus 5 when I was doing my math.
Right. Yeah, you sometimes forget about those dungeon items, because, but yeah, you get some extra chests because of that.
Now, Fred is checking all the items that are technically not locked behind 5 keys. Most of these items he's checking now are only locked behind, I believe, 2 keys. And they're the boots.
Ooh, boots.
And the blue mail.
Ooh, blue mail. That's probably happy to see that right about now.
I'm probably more happy about the boots, to be honest, but the blue mail is definitely a nice upgrade.
I don't know. He's taken a death in the overworld once already. I mean, it is Fred. He's used to scenarios like this from Zelda 1. But yeah, and also he did find trouble.
And Titan's Mitts.
And the Mitts.
So oddly enough, the Titan's Fred. The Titan's Mitts was in a spot that's blocked behind 5 pod keys. That's logically a 5 pod key chest.
And he's going for the hammer yum too.
And gets it first try. Can't open a big chest just yet.
I like to think that bomb was not just to break open the wall, but it was also bombing the big chest because he doesn't have the big key yet.
Yeah, 2 for 1 special.
Exactly.
These dark mazes are also technically in the 5 small key logic here in pod. And you find a cape, which we already know is not going to be too useful in this race.
So he is actually leaving the big key chest behind here, because I don't think he grabbed that. So logically, we're not supposed to have access to those Titan's Mitts just yet. But we do supposed to have access to those boots, which King's Tomb isn't a logic, technically. And we find the Meyer map. We don't have the Meyer crystal or pendant yet, so that's a nice map to find. Yeah, that could be something, definitely. But yeah, this is definitely a case where I guess kind of sequence breaking can be very advantageous in Keysanity, because if you... okay, Hyrule Castle small key, don't need that.
I'm talking about the most useless small key.
Yeah, for sure. But as I was saying, this is where sequence breaking can be good, because sometimes if you follow the logic, it'll have you do a ridiculous amount of double dipping and sometimes even triple dipping. So just kind of getting control of some strats to just give you an edge, and like getting all the treasures out of pod, for example, you can sometimes bypass a lot of that double dipping and triple dipping that could potentially happen in these seeds. So that's why you'll see a lot of runners learn more advanced techniques like the hammer yum, for example.
So Fred checked the 2 the Bonk Rocks and the King's Tomb. Now he's going to go check the Magic Cape and probably also check the Graveyard Ledge, both of which will not be the most advantageous to him.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see him just bypass that Cane of Brine once he sees it.
You already have the Cape and half magic. The Cane of Brine causes a lot of lag and deals damage, so it's definitely not as good as the Cape is. But it is use less magic, so I mean that's the one plus to Cane of Burna over the Cape in this situation.
Yeah.
Plus Cane of Burna, best weapon to kill blind with. He's gonna take it.
So it looks like Fred is making the journey over to Catfish right now.
Yeah, very interesting. Catfish, pretty far out of the way location, but it's one that you really don't want to forget, especially if Catfish has something good. Also going to turn in that mushroom while he's over here.
Also, he does have enough money for Zora now, too. I don't think Zora's been checked.
No, not yet, so... I don't think mirroring works for getting access to the mushroom item. Let's see.
I think it does.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Now we have a small key. Ooh, the small key just fell up. So, I mean, small key is a pendant, but that does open up all those items that are in there. Aaron is now in the correct area of Eastern. He's going to get all these great items here. He just got the shovel. Getting the Titan's mitts. Boots will be next.
See, at this point, I almost imagine that after he gets his all the items around this area, Fred could potentially warp over to Ice Palace and start working on that, because I think he has all the items he needs to get through that and full clear it.
Yeah, we can fully clear Ice Palace. It is and it is the other 5/6 crystal, so that'll open Pyramid Fairy up.
That big bomb shop is not too far from where Ice Palace is, so...
Aaron trying to get the hair me up. I think he's got the right pixel now, and just gonna line it up. Oh, we got Quake from the Quake from Zora.
So we still had a Quake fish, just the wrong fish. Okay.
And Fred bombed Zora as well.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Now with the Titan's mitts, we now have full access to the Dark World Death Mountain. We'll also be able to see what medallion is needed for Turtle Rock. And he's also going to get the bow, which is very important.
Yes, very, very much so.
So, this seed, no matter what, even if it wasn't Keysanity, this was a required double dip of pod because the Titan's mitts were in pod and you need the bow to finish it off.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron's not going to be far behind. He just got his Titan's mitts. He's going to be getting his bow now as well. Interesting. I don't know if Aaron realizes he has the boots because he's not dashing.
Well, sometimes when you don't have an item for a really long time, you just kind of realize later on, oh, right, I have this. Let's start speeding things up.
And Ether, the one we don't have yet, is needed for Turtle Rock.
Yeah, the one we haven't found is the one we'll need for that dungeon, but we still don't even know if that's a crystal dungeon or pendant dungeon yet.
Fred now doing Hookshot Cave, finding another heart piece here. Heart container. Just 10 arrows. And another heart container. Now he's gonna go get his bow. That's what he's really here for.
Yeah, for sure.
And now he's bombing the wall too. Jeez, Fred, you're bombing everything, aren't you?
I think he kind of had to bomb that wall, though. So.
True.
And that one as well.
Fine, I'll give him those two at least.
And I actually didn't even think about this earlier, but the reason why I guess both these runners didn't check the big key chest in pod was because they knew where the bow was, and they knew they'll have to come back for that, so as a result, they're waiting to see if maybe they can get another pod key, so just in case they can finish up Palace of Darkness, they have that option when they come back, so...
Yeah, and all they need now is one more small key. Because they hammer you up, they don't have to worry about... they just need one more small key to kill off Helmasar and check that vanilla big key chest. Fred, going to Spike Cave. I like this play. You're already over here. This is a place that a lot of people forget, so just check it now, get it out of the way.
On our tracker Cyclone, also mentioning that, yeah, they don't have the big key to Palace of Darkness yet either, so that is another item. And yeah, major thanks to Cyclone GU for being our tracker for this race. Always nice to have a tracker on hand. And got a small key to Meyer inside the Spike Cave.
Yeah, that's useless at this point. One's nice to make routing a little easier at points, but we really don't need any small keys from Meyer to complete the dungeon. No, really, Fred's still on Fighter Sword. He hasn't been over to Gina's Cave yet to get that master, and honestly, he hasn't really needed a reason to go to Gina's Cave yet because he's been following the breadcrumbs that the seeds been laying for him, and he's going to Ice now. Do a dungeon that you can full clear while and it is crystal, and it is a Pyramid Fairy crystal.
Yep, might as well get it done. Aaron does get some Cane of Burna use in this particular room, since he does not have the half magic upgrade yet.
Fred employing the Quake strats to take out the penguins, and we find there's the big key to pod. This was a really nice play for Fred.
Yep, very, very nice play.
Also, pod is the green pendant, so that might mean that the green pendant might be required.
Yeah, this is definitely a scenario where that could be the next play on the menu, so I would not be surprised to see that happening. Okay, Fred setting up that bomb jump. First try.
Yeah, the way I set it up, I use a sword, so having the fighter sword is a little difficult for me, but Fred ended up with the shadows or something else and had it no problem.
Yeah, there's many, many different ways to set up that bomb jump, and some runners will opt to learn both just because of that fighter sword difference.
Finding the small keys here in Ice Palace makes routing a lot easier. Get to this side of the dungeon right away.
Yeah, as mentioned before, if you don't have those small keys, you pretty much have to go kind of to the bottom floor where the boss entrance is, kind of loop around, get another chest, and then head that way towards those 3 chests. And it's just nice to kind of get these out of the way now, as opposed to doing all of that.
Ooh, map to Hyrule. Now we can find out if Hyrule Castle is a crystal or a pendant.
I'm gonna say it's neither.
You're probably right. Oh, and Aaron now realizes that he has the boots, or maybe he just wasn't using it early on. Nothing of value just yet here in Ice Palace.
I'm thinking the value might be either in that pod key, the big key, or the or just the pyramid fairy that we still have to check after this.
That
I think
is
that's
true.
what the value is going to be.
Fred taking this route so he doesn't have to worry about going down and up again when he goes to the hammer jump. It's the iced tea room, but there's nothing of value in there, just an arrow capacity upgrade.
I'm sorry, did I see that right, or was the Dark World sprite, bunny sprite for the floor tile a fairy?
I don't know if that was it. I think he actually just he powdered the bunny beam.
Oh, right,
before.
right, okay.
Fred missing the bomb jump to get to the freezer chest. So if he wants to get to that freezer chest, he has to come all the way back up. He might forego it for now at this point. Let's hope it doesn't come back to bite him in the butt. Apparently the tiled bunny is actually a small key.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, I was confused because I didn't see the floor sprite when he was getting that fairy, so I just like, wait a minute,
Is Aaron out of magic here? He couldn't use Bombos. He's going to try to get these two freezers in one hit. Unfortunately, he does not, and I think he's out of magic.
Yep, looks that way, unfortunately.
Now, Fred, you haven't used the fire rod here on Cold Stare, but gets it done.
Gets 50 rupees as well.
Remember, he still didn't get that freezer chest, but Aaron didn't get it either because of his unfortunate magic situation. But he's going to go get the magic pots from back here, try to go back up there. So Fred might be thinking Pyramid Fairy now. He's got that second crystal. He's going back down to the southern Dark World portal. That's probably going to be his next play.
Yeah, I imagine so. Technically, he does have Swamp open too, but Swamp's just one of those dungeons you don't want to kind of get in the habit of full clearing because it just takes a really, really long time.
Plus, we know it's a pendant, so you
Yeah,
really don't want to go in there unless you really have to.
yeah, that too. But even I find when the logic is kind of pushing you in that direction, like you still just don't want to check it because it never seems like it pays off, at least in a lot of the seeds I've seen anyway.
Fred was trying to set up a glitch there. If you get hit and you dash while having the iframes, you can still dash with the bomb, but he missed out on it, so he's going to have to go walking with the bomb. You can't run with it because once you press that A button, the bomb will activate.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron back in this double freezer room. Going to try to set up a bomb jump to get over to the right side. When I say right side, I mean correct side, and he gets it done. Let's see if this room has anything. Oh, it's a small key to Meyer, so
Ooh.
Fred's not missing anything. Fred finds a sword
Ooh.
in the Pyramid Fairy. That's his second.
And that's unfortunate for Aaron because that Master Sword was the one advantage he kind of had on Fred, at least in this early part of the race.
Yeah. Well, assuming Aaron finishes off Cold Stare here, it's going to be a little tough with still not full magic here. But if he gets done... Oh, he still has to go back to Skull Woods. Remember, he didn't kill Mothula, he died in Mothula.
Yeah.
So he won't have access to that pyramid for a while, and he won't have access to that Temperance Sword yet. Fred gets his Turtle Rock Big Key from the first chest here in Castle Tower, and he's going up to get the second one. Alright, so Aaron, you have to use the Master Sword spin strats here to take out Cold Stare. It's going to take a while, but it definitely can be done. Oh, he's getting bullied here, forcing him to a corner. Even though he's a blue mail, they deal 2 hearts of damage.
Yeah, they were kind of ganging up on him right there.
Once he gets one of these eyeballs down, it'll make life a lot easier for him. And there goes one of them. There's 2, 1 more to go.
One thing you might try to do right here is if you stand at the very top of the screen, the icicles actually won't hurt you unless you're directly under them, so kind of use that to his advantage as well.
But Aaron gets it done. Nice fight. Gets his crystal. His first crystal an hour and 6 minutes in. Fred has grabbed the blacksmith frog, and he's going to take care of this area now that he has the Titan's mitts and can clear it out. For Hammer Pegs having nothing but rupees.
Looks like Aaron was kind of contemplating of where to go right here.
Ooh, even the blacksmiths are ripping us off the seat.
Appropriate reaction for that case, I'm sure.
Usually, you don't get ripped off by them. You get, you get a decent item, or even if you get a big 20, that's doubling your money. There, you pay 10 to get 1.
Yeah, that's got to be a bad feeling.
Now, Fred has the purple chest, and he's gonna walk it over to the retired thief here, see what's inside here, and contemplate his next decision. There's not a whole lot we can do at this point, to be honest.
Yeah, this is a very interesting case where right now, even though we were talking about not doing it because it's a pendant dungeon, Swamp might be the play just because we have no way to get into any other dungeons right now.
By the way, hop off your motorcycle while you're commentating.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I love riding motorcycles, I can't help it.
Hey, one of the things you might hear on my end, me being in New York, you'll hear police sirens a lot of times here.
Gotcha.
Oh, the dig spot. I don't think we saw this yet. I guess we don't need to see it.
Ooh, and Aaron does go back to Skull Woods, and he's going to be able to check this chest, which Fred might not be going back for a while. Just a piece of heart, though.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a swamp play here, and I think Fred's heading towards that direction.
Yeah, like I said, there's nothing really else open right now. Can't get into Turtle Rock or Mire. Can't go further in Thieves Town or Hera. Desert we can't enter. Can't get the last area of Eastern Palace. So yeah, this is our only play right now.
Aaron's going to go take Monster on again. This time, the blue mail helps a lot. They still didn't get that half magic yet from the Waterfall Fairy.
At least when he's done here, he'll have a Tempered Sword to look forward to.
That is true, and Tempered Sword's a real nice advantage to have.
Now one potential advantage I could see for Aaron right now is if, for some reason, Swamp just does not pay off at all, and Palace of Darkness was the actual progression, because there is more they can do in there now.
Never mind, we find...
Yeah. I'll take the commentator curse on this one.
We won't find anything in Swamp, guys. No, just access to the entire Mire area. Aaron with a nice method of fighting gets it done this time. Gonna get his crystal. He might be heading straight over to Pyramid Fairy now just to see what's going on. He'll get his Temper Sword.
Yeah.
And after that, we know he's probably gonna have to go into he's probably gonna have to come down in here into Swamp, but he didn't get the Swamp Small Key yet.
That's true. That could push him in a different direction altogether.
There's the red boomerang. We can start the boomerang wars again.
They can just combine them into the purple boomerang, a long-distance boomerang that just has no lag whatsoever.
Oh, that would be fantastic. I'm trying to remember where that Swamp Small Key was that Fred found.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about that too.
Oh, I know where it is. The mushroom. You gotta catch
Right.
So if Aaron continues going in this direction, he'll probably end up routing that in. So he's definitely in the right direction.
He might finally get that half magic upgrade too.
Yeah, that is true, because he'll be able to route in Catfish and Zora and all that. Fred is checking out the left side of Swamp Palace. Pretty far out of the way, but if these chests pay off, it's going to be a huge benefit for him. We find a small key for Thieves. That's access to one chest in Thieves Town.
Unfortunately, it's one chest we can't quite get to yet, but we also get the Ice Rod.
Wow. If Total Rock is in fact a crystal, that is a huge find for Fred. Fred's going to continue on this dungeon. Might as well. I mean, you already found some nice items in here. Might as well just complete it. Hey, you never know. There could still be something on the pedestal. That Ganix Tower big key still at large. That Eastern Palace big key or Desert Palace big key still at large.
Even the Hera big key as well.
Yeah, lots of big keys. The Cane of Samaria still at large.
Or it could just be the small shield too.
Yeah, true. Aaron gets his Swamp Small Key, so he'll be able to get all these awesome items here soon. But he's definitely going to route this in, and he'll finally be able to get that half magic from... ooh, Fred finding the red mail, too. And the Turtle Rock map. That's a nice map to find.
Yep, still don't know that crystal distribution for the rest of the seeds, so that's information we could use right about now.
$300, less good. My favorite thing right now is looking at the chat and seeing the people who are just tuning in, commenting about that tile sprite. Fred taking on Argus with just a Master Sword, so 2 slashes each on this puffball, but he's doing a really good job with it.
Yeah, trying to maximize on getting those puffs down as soon as possible, and Aaron picks up his Quake Medallion now.
And we still need Ether also for Turtle Rock. We're probably going to find out what Turtle Rock is once Fred finishes off Argus here. Trying to land this 1 silver arrow hit into Argus, but Argus be very hitbox dependent, but finally gets it done.
Small key to Dark Palace.
Okay, so that's probably might need that. I mean, that's 5 now. We can kill Helmarsar now with what we have.
You definitely can.
Also, in the logic, we needed that before we got the time splits. And we say, oh, both Turtle Rock and Misery Mire are in fact crystals. So that last pendant's going to be either Eastern or Hera.
That also means that Ice Rod is going to be required, but thankfully Aaron is immediately jumping in the swamp. Unfortunately, not going to have the Tempered Sword, but I imagine that's going to be the next thing he'll get after this dungeon is cleared.
Yes. So Fred's going to go activate the flute first thing he's going to do, and probably go to Mire area. Alright, going to Mire. Let's see what medallions need to enter Mire. For the Ether also, we are going to be doing a lot of digging. We find that it is Bombos.
Bombos.
Go in there. And I believe we can full clear it. No, we can't. We don't have the Canis Mario yet.
Not yet, but that's a perfect invitation for the cane to either be right here or in Misery Mire itself.
Man, we're going to have to yell at Fred again if the Canis Mario is inside Misery Mire.
I guess so.
We're also getting our first trek into Desert. So we'll do Desert first before checking Checkerboard Cave.
Let's see, there are 4 items we'll be able to see in here right now.
Just an arrow upgrade on the torch, so we're not going to need that.
Now they're really giving out the rupees when they don't really even need them anymore.
Yeah, the only thing we're going to need them for is if we want to buy more potions. Looks like the Desert doesn't have much of anything. And one more place to check here. No.
It's not the red he was looking for.
Yeah, I think he's going to take that dip into Mire, see what's cooking inside there.
After Checkerboard, though, wants to see if, you know, just in case Kane is out here, he won't have to double dip Mire at all.
No, blue rupee. Oh, he's finally going to Agina's cave. He's finally going to get himself a tempered sword. He's probably going to bomb Agina once he gets his tempered sword.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much guaranteed at this point.
Oh, he's going to bomb Agina first.
He bombs him before.
He might bomb him again now. Hold on, let's wait for it. Yup.
He is heading back to Meyer, though, so we will be seeing all the, pretty much every chest, and if we find Kane, we'll see the conclusion of it. But we'll definitely see every chest at this point. Still looking for a lot of big keys to get this seed finished.
Well, Aaron continues to fill out Swamp Palace, and Fred takes his dive into Mire. We just want to give a shout out to both of these runners. As you may or may not know, Fred is the developer of the Zelda 1 randomizer, so he'll be playing that a lot more often, but he dips into the other Zelda randomizer, and he's also developed Super Mario Bros. 3 randomizer. He is a very integral part of this randomizer community, so you go give him a follow on Twitch. Aaron plays a bunch of games on Twitch. Give these runners a follow. Also, shout out to our tracker, Cyclone, doing a great job. And Fred finding the book, so now we might be able to check what the pedestal is.
That's true, and with ready access to most of the pendant dungeons, that could be potentially in play. We just need that big key to Tower to Hera to get the last pendant at this point.
Apparently, yeah, I didn't even see the check to see if Eastern was a crystal, so I must have missed that.
Apparently, the map check that Fred did was really, really quick, but he did have that information.
Okay. Well, Aaron's gonna go take on his Argus fight. He's gonna get himself his his very important 5th pod key here. Also, just want to point out, even though it's not a tracker yet, the Turtle Rock medallion is in fact ether. We still need that, and yeah, there's our 3rd bottle.
It is definitely interesting how the seed has kind of just like changed around a little bit. Aaron had a huge sword advantage for a really, really long part of the run, but then, I mean, Fred ended up getting tempered before Aaron, so just, again, Keysanity, just in the routes that you choose, can really just change things up quite a bit.
Now we can definitely check to make sure if Eastern is in fact the
Yeah.
Aaron doing his map check, seeing that Turtle Rock is in fact a crystal for the first time. And he's on his way to get his big bomb, so he'll get his tempered sword in a few moments. Well, Fred continues to dig on Meyer. Still no Kane of Mars, so we can check everything but the big chest and go to Vitreous. And so one of the advantages of having the small keys, you can route this one chest much easier with those extra small keys. However, not paying off. 10 arrows.
I want to say this is the last chest here.
Yeah, he does have the big key, so he can open up the big chest. Super vanilla Kane of Samaria, anyone? Ooh! Wow,
Eastern.
that's a nice big key to find. A big key to Eastern. Now we can complete Eastern.
Yeah, we can complete Eastern, and honestly, we haven't been getting really a lot. Palace of Darkness is still on the table, too, for the last couple of chests that are in there.
Yeah, we also complete pod. We got that big key now, so
Yep.
we can take care of both of those at the same time and get the cash that green pendant in, so that's what Fred's doing now.
And Aaron gets his tempered sword.
One thing thing I'd like to point out, even though the red mail, these runners still only have 9 and 10 hearts respectively, so not a lot of heart containers found. They're probably all hidden in Turtle Rock in Ganon's Tower somewhere.
Yeah, Ganon's hiding all the love in this seed, that's for sure.
Yeah, so things that can be on the pedestal include the Desert Palace Big Key, the Cane of Samaria, the Ether Medallion, or, of course, the Big Key of Evil's Mane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is what our pedestal index is looking like right now. And Aaron is actually not going to the Mire area, going straight to Palace of Darkness. Gonna see what these items are before Fred will have a chance to look at them.
Yeah, unfortunately he's going to have to come back here later when he finds that Easter Palace Big Key. He doesn't have that yet, but he can complete Pod and cash in that green pendant. He'll probably get that done before Fred does.
And if he does find the cane in here, for example, that'd give him a little more efficient routing of Mire. But still, Fred does have a bit of a lead at this point, I'd say.
So, Aaron, first thing he's going to do is check this vanilla Big Key chest. Then probably have to hammer you up again to get to the big chest, and then go kill Helmsar. Ooh!
Desert. Ooh, that's going to be a more efficient clear of that, too.
Yeah, he's not going to have double dip desert at all now. That's right, these runners don't have the boat at first and they're in pot either, so in addition to getting this big chest again, they can get the 2 chests on the right side before going down to Helmet. There's a lot of chests here in pot that's they never had access to until now. There's Ether!
Ether! Oh, wow. Again, Fred's probably just going to check this immediately after, because not a really good chance that Armos is going to have something here.
You were saying? I do. Oh, there's the 6th spot key, so now he doesn't have to hammer me up anymore.
That's true, but I feel like hammering up would still be faster in that case.
So, here's the fact that we're getting all 6 pod keys and the big key for pendant pod means that pendant is going to be required somehow, I think. Whether it be for Sahashala or for the pedestal. Alright, if you excuse me for a couple minutes, I have to do something real quick. I will be right back.
No problem, no problem. Okay, so as expected, Fred is making his way through Palace of Darkness now. He is going to grab all the same items that Aaron has gotten in his kind of, I guess you'd call it a gamble. His gamble of kind of checking Palace of Darkness first before going over to the Mire area. But again, he will have that more efficient desert check. It's not much in the long run, but it is definitely an opening. He could at least somehow get a little time back. And I'm actually curious right here, will Fred go to check that big chest, or is he just going to go straight? He's going straight for the back, so he will not pick up his Ether Medallion right away. You better hope that he comes back in after the fact. But again, he has the compass. He has that item count up there. He's probably well aware that that last chest is still there. But still, it does make you think, what if? What if he just does not go back in there? Meanwhile, Aaron gonna have his Helmosaur fight right here. Yes, Ether is required. That is the medallion we need to get in Turtle Rock, so that is definitely going to be necessary by the end of the seed. And Helmosaur is going to drop just a compass. Not too important, but this green pendant, on the other hand, that might be a little more valuable. And yep, as assumed, we're going to get that green pendant check almost immediately. And I'm honestly just more curious to see what's going to happen with Fred after this. Again, more than likely going to go right back in for that Ether, but we'll see. He could be gambling that. Maybe that's nothing. That's the thing. Unfortunately, it looks like Sashrala did not have anything of value, so you mainly wanted the big key just for the other items that were in here. But again, Pedestal is also still in play, too. Okay, question in the chat. What are we looking for Go Mode? Well, in Go Mode right now, we're looking for Canisamaria. We're looking for the big key to Eastern Palace. We are looking for the big key to Thieves Town, and of course, the legendary big key to Ganon's Tower. Those are the items we still need. And all you Fred fans, do not worry. He has gone back in. He is going to make sure he gets that big chest before he leaves. Oh, that's true. One more Turtle Rock small key, too. I almost overlooked that. Thank you, chat, for reminding me of that fact. Okay, so we have Aaron's first look at the mire area, and I imagine Fred is probably going to head right back there now that he has the big key to Desert Palace. Just because he can't really access anything else. He does have that Ether Medallion, but with no Canisamaria, he can't get to the back. Or inside any of Turtle Rock right now, so this is more than likely the play. Yeah, we might actually see that cane in either the big chest or on Lon Nola's, so that is probably going to be our next item of progression here.
Alright, I am back. Did I miss anything good?
Not really. Helmosaur and Green Pendant did not have anything. And it's looking like there's got to be some form of progression on Lan Nola's right now.
I want to see him find the Hera big key.
That's true. Like that is progression. That'd be pushing them towards Tower of Hera. That could be the pedestal play. Or it could also be boring and give us the Thieves Town big key. That could be another thing, too.
Yeah, Thieves Town big key, Canisamaria. I think...
Or Hera big key, like you said. I think those are the only things it can be right now.
Like, they want to find again his Tower big key, but that's not going to progress us anywhere.
Nope.
Alright, you know what I want to see? I want to see them complete everything in the Ganon's Tower, not find the Ganon's Tower big key, but find a Hera big key in there for the pedestal Ganon's Tower big key. Let's go.
Quite a lot of things have to happen for that, but that would be pretty exciting, I will admit.
Not really a lot of things. You just have the Hera Big Key in Gannis Tower, and Gannis Tower Big Key on pedestal.
But we did not get anything from here, and I did just remember we do have 2 other loose ends that we have that only Fred can check right now. We have that Book of Medora.
Oh, that is true, that book. And where was the book again?
I believe it was in Meyer, if I remember correctly.
Ah, yes. Well, Aaron will probably check Meyer out as soon as he's done with Desert. That's my guess. Fred looks like he's going to go cash in the green pendant. Did he forget to do that the first time?
I thought he did, but maybe it was just Aaron. I think it was just a capacity upgrade, though.
Yep, capacity upgrade.
Of course.
Of course, a Hashala.
Poor everybody in Hyrule. Everyone was just getting bombed today.
Not the old man. The old man refills your health. So I think Ether Tablet's going to be his next check here.
Actually, I don't know if Fred checked Spike Cave. I know Aaron did, but I don't know if Fred did.
There was a Meyer small key in there, if I remember correctly.
Right.
Yeah, we saw the dig spot. That was just a big 20, so if Fred's not going to do Spike Cave. He's going to go straight to that Ether Tablet. Aaron is going to go into Meyer. This might be the play. Let's get that book. Let's find out. Fred, what's on Ether?
Kain!
Oh my, Kain and Samario on the Ether Tablet. So required double dip of Meyer to get the book just to get the Kain.
I did not even think of that.
That opens up all of Turtle Rock for us also.
That's true, that's true. And yeah, he is going back to Meyer. Don't blame him on the opportunity that you do find the rest of what you need on land. You can go straight to Turtle Rock as your last crystal dungeon, but again, we still need that big key to Thieves Town.
So Thieves Town big key. We need the that's it. Gannis Tower big key. And we still need at least one Turtle Rock small key.
Yeah, that's
maybe both. Well, logically, we're gonna need both.
Yeah, logically, but I feel like at this point we're so close to the conclusion of this seed that that's probably not going to come into play. Again, could be a commentator's curse, but I just don't see it.
I personally think we're going to find both of those small keys inside of Turtle Rock itself at this point.
That's true. It could be there as well.
Fred needs a small key for Meyer. Are we going to see the fish room?
He should have went to Spike Cave. No, he's going to go around this way.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have to open that door because there's a portal here that he can use to get back there.
Yeah, at this point, chat, I don't think pedestal check is on their minds at the moment. They still need the big key to Tower of Hera to put that into the logic. So probably not going to be checking that for a while unless it's the absolute last resort. Now, chat, I'm not trying to crush the dream of the pedestal, but again, that's just not what they're thinking right now. Just don't want to get your hopes up.
Yeah, I'm sure Fred's thinking, all right, we're going to have to go into Turtle Rock with only 2 keys at this point.
Yeah. Okay, got the Vitreous fight. Very, very quick with silver arrows.
Yeah, easy 0 cycle for Fred. Even I got the 0 cycle today, so I'm proud of myself for that. Yeah, Fred gets it done, no problem. Silver arrows are OP.
I think that took less time than the Lon Molos fight earlier.
Aaron, there's one more chest here to check, the big chest. Then he's going to nope on out. We know he's going to go to that ether tablet as soon as possible. That's right, that's where the big key of Eastern was, so he might do that first before going back to ether tablet.
So also, he's a potential he could check Bombos too before ether tablet. That may have an item that we need that Fred probably won't get for a little bit because he wants to check out Turtle Rock as soon as possible.
Imagine that has like a Turtle Rock small key in it.
That's a way Aaron could get some time back for sure, if that is the case.
And Aaron might actually go to Bombos first. Going to ether first doesn't make too much sense, especially, well, it doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, I'd say the distance is pretty similar at that point. I think the reason why Fred kind of chose Death Mountain first is he still had Spike Cave to go, so that was 2 locations.
Yeah, but he didn't bother Spike Cave once he found that cane.
Yeah, he didn't.
Back to Meyer.
That's very true. Okay, Chad is correcting me. Apparently Fred did do Spike Cave a long time ago. My bad, my bad. It's been a long race.
Yeah, we're an hour 42 in. We're still not really close to Gomo at this point. We still need, I think, 3 more things. Up, there's one of them. There's the Harrow Big Key.
Well, again, we don't know if that's required yet.
Pedestal?
Yeah, it opens up that. Pedestal dreams are alive again, Chad, so there you go.
Also, remember, Hera has a lot of items that you can check with that big key. I believe that's Fred's 4th bottle.
Yes, he's collected all the bottles at this point. He also got that dinner plate shield as well.
Nice chain shop room, very clean. Ooh, is Aaron gonna go check the pedestal? No, he's not. Not yet, at least.
He's checking something else out.
Did he not do the frog yet? He must not have.
He has not, and we're gonna see Bombos out of this too.
Yeah, like I think Fred didn't have the book at a time because he just saved and quit and fluted over. So Fred, very interesting. He's gonna skip the vanilla big chest here. He still can't quite complete Trinax because he needs at least 1 more key. But at least this will, if he finds 1 more key, he can complete Trinax. But he's skipping out on that big key chest. Well, vanilla big key chest, I should say.
He does have a lot of other options right now, though, so there's a lot of chests coming up. Going to be checking those as opposed to just that one.
Yeah, he's got all of Hera, basically. He's got 3 checks in Hera. Along with what's left here in Turtle Rock, which is a lot of items.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's favorite trolley location, the Mimic Cave. Let's see if there's something we need in here.
Nope.
Alright, so Aaron's going to be making a very important play here, going to this Bombos tablet.
Yeah, even if it's something that's just like a Turtle Rock small key, that will be something he can definitely gain some more time with. So definitely that'd be a good advantage for him if this did end up being something.
Ooh. There's a GT big key. That's nice to find, but I mean, that doesn't progress us.
That's right, it doesn't progress us, but that is technically a item we need for that go mode.
Here's your second shield. So Fred's really hoping he finds a Turtle Rock small key in here. We're missing it. So right now, all we're missing on Fred's side, at least, is the Turtle Rock small key, at least 1, maybe 2, but at least 1 to complete the dungeon, and the Thieves' Town big key.
Mm-hmm. That's what he's missing for go mode.
Alright, so Aaron's going to make the very important Bombos check. Oh, there's a small key, but it's only the Mire.
Big key to Thieves' Town.
That's gotta be the big key to Thieves at this point. That's the last big key left. Alright, Aaron checking Bombos. Oh, just a button. And Fred finds the last key. Ladies and gentlemen, Fred Coughlin has achieved go mode.
He has, and that one screen cap right there of Aaron getting the net while Fred gets the go mode item. Unfortunately, that just will kind of tell the story for the rest of this race at this point.
Yeah. It doesn't happen too often that a small key is a go mode item, but here it is.
Yeah, so Fred's gonna take care of the Trinex battle here, gonna go right back down the mountain, gonna check Thieves' Town, and clear that out, and then be coming back up for the Cannon's Tower clear.
Yeah, it doesn't need that, doesn't need to go into Hera at all. Now remember, logically we did need a 4th key for Turtle Rock, but gambling that 1 chest turns out to be a pretty big play for Fred. Aaron's gonna get his Cane of Samaria here.
Unless I completely misread the logic, or I guess it could also be in Hera for that matter, now that I think about it. That last Turtle Rock small key could be on the lava bridge in Turtle Rock, the big key chest.
Fred now gonna go right over to 3, get to Thieves' Town. Thieves' Town, even in Gomo, is gonna take a little bit because you have to do the entire process of getting the maiden and going down and all around and all that.
Yeah, go mode Thieves' Town, not much different from just regular Thieves' Town. I always find it interesting, though, in these Keysanity seeds, where in, like, pretty much any other mode, Thieves Town is like one of the first dungeons you can complete, but in Keysanity it can quite easily be the last one you complete, just because of that big key requirement.
Yeah, Thieves Town big key, almost kind of like the Swamp House small key. You can't like you can check the 4 chests in here right away, but there's not much else to do in Thieves.
Fred did get bullied there a little bit in the hellway of Thieves Town.
Fred not even bother opening any more chests. He knows he's in go mode, and he has. I mean, Buttersword would be nice, but he doesn't need to open any more chests in this game. He has everything he needs.
Yeah, the difference between Buttersword and Tempered Sword is not very big for the Ganon fight, and it won't even make a difference in this boss fight either, so I think he's set to go for the rest of this.
Yeah, it's literally the only difference is 12 sword slashes. 6 more in each phase 1 and 2 on the Ganon fight.
Mm-hmm. Fred being entertaining as always.
Hey, if you're not having fun, what are you doing in this game?
That's very true, especially from a mode like Keysanity. You gotta have a little fun along the way, because most of these seeds will take about 2 hours of your time at the very least.
Yeah, Fred looks like he's on pace for just about 2 hours at this point. Whereas he's used to his randomizers he created, both taking anywhere between 50 and 100 minutes.
Yeah, unfortunately, chat, the pedestal is officially dead, except in the very unlikely case that Aaron does check the big key chest in Turtle Rock, has to go into Hera to full clear for the potential Turtle Rock final small key being on pedestal.
Yeah, it's very interesting. If the 4th Turtle Rock key is on the pedestal, then logically this was a pedestal seed.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's
but you can skip all of that just by skipping the vanilla big chest and Turtle Rock, which hopefully Aaron does.
Yeah, I think at this point he probably would, just because he's still a couple of items from the go mode. So
it's 4 items on Laser Bridge versus 1 item in that 1 chest, so it makes it logically to just skip that chest and check the 4 on Laser Bridge.
Chat asking if there are any more races tonight. I believe this is the actual last race of today, but tomorrow there will be a lot of races, especially a lot of races around the same time, so keep your eyes open for that. The evening time for tomorrow is going to be stacked with randomizer races.
Yeah, make sure you follow all the speed gaming channels and all the channels listed ALTTP Randomizer 1 through 4 for both. That's where you'll get all your Keysanity coverage.
Yeah, I believe I actually counted earlier before this race started. There's 21 races at least going to be tomorrow, and 17 of them are starting from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., so there will be a lot of options.
Yeah, of those, there was 2 very important 3-0 races going on tomorrow. At 7 o'clock, you'll have Zelga Dissonant Mistaken, and at 10 o'clock, you'll have Cross Product and Troopster. Those are both 3-0 races where the winner will be guaranteed at least a spot into the race-off. And yes, there are a lot of 4-way races coming tomorrow on all over the place. Now Fred into Ganon's tower. Getting ready to climb the gauntlet. Well, Aaron, hopefully he skips this big chest. Or I should say the vanilla big key chest.
But again, a little refresher on this particular race. The winner of this race will be 3-1 after this, which means their dream to make the tiebreaker race is still alive. Unfortunately, the loser of this race cannot make it into the tiebreaker race, but they will still have a match next week regardless. All racers are scheduled to have the 5 matches of the 5 weeks of the Swiss format, but as far as making it further than that, you'll need at least 4 wins to make the tiebreaker, and then 5 to just go straight to the bracket stage.
And the way we're setting it up is that if the match is a 3-0 match, there's a 100% chance it'll be featured on the Speed Gaming family of channels. If you're looking for 2-1s and 1-2s and 0-3s, you'll have to more than likely find them over on ALTTPR channels, but you might find them on Speed Gaming too.
Yeah, as usual, there's a lot of events going on just the normal Speed Gaming channels as it is outside of this tournament. So obviously there's a lot of events we have to accommodate for, so we want to make sure that we give all those other tournaments and other communities a chance to also get in the Speed Gaming action as well.
Yeah, you got the Zelda 1 randomizer tournament, you have the Zelda 1 any percent Noah Bay tournament, you have the Super Mario Bros. 3 randomizer tournament, you have like so many other tournaments going on right now. Speed Gaming is jam-packed with races going on at almost all times.
Meanwhile, it looks like Aaron did skip out on that big key chest, which is good. He's going to be getting go mode fairly shortly.
Yeah, he got that Ganon's Tower big key first. Then he's going to go downstairs, go to the laser bridge. He'll be able to get his last 2 keys, the Thieves Town big key and the last small key here for Turtle Rock, and he'll be in go mode. I have a feeling Fred's going to be bombing this last chest.
Yep. I'm fairly certain he will be too. He's bombed everything else in this game.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, it literally has. Aaron has that last key, and if he gets this last key for Turtle Rock, he will now be in go mode. He's about to leave and he realized, oh wait, now I can complete the dungeon now. I'm done now.
Yeah, I think he was almost prepared to potentially... Yeah, here we go. 2 of them.
Yeah. Double your pleasure, double your fun.
And that is the thing. I think Aaron was kind of prepared to potentially have to do a double dip here in Turtle Rock, just because he knows that Fred is a very, very good competitor when it comes to these Zelda 3 randomizers and just Zelda in general. So probably surprised to see that a done hasn't been given out yet.
Yeah, I think also a nice triple by Fred to start off the fight, but when you're going through the dungeon, you find like the Hera big key, then you find the Thieves big key, you're thinking, oh, do I really have to double dip this dungeon? Fred with a nice 3-2-1 contact kill on Aga 2.
Very nice. Gets Aga 2 down before the 2-hour mark, and will be starting the Ganon fight very, very shortly.
Just as Aaron gets Trinex down, he gets his 6th crystal. While Ganon drops some cheese knowledge on Fred as we start this fight. He's got the phase 1, the 1 cycle phase 1, which is tough to do with Tempered, but he got it done. And taking some of these Firebird hits, but does not get the 1 cycle phase 2. And I'm doing a lot of warping here, but Fred gets a 2nd hit here in phase 3. And did you find my arrows in the light world, more specifically Athena's cave? Yes, we did. Fred with a nice double to start. Got the torch glitch. Just gonna miss out here on getting a double on Ganon the 2nd time around. But Ganon is down. And Fred has completed with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 11 seconds. Get your GGs in the chat for fcoughlin. He moves to 3-1.
That's right, 1 step closer to making it to that play-in race.
And we have Fred joining us. GG.
Thank you. Wow.
A sigh of relief. I guess when you're going through a Turtle Rock needing like 3 items to finish the seed and you find all 3 of them, I guess it's a nice little sigh of relief.
Yeah, I kind of got the small key, said, oh, okay, let me go back up, because I was still trying, I'd been planning at that point to jump out, go take the portal to, go get Hera to try to keep the portal, and then even go pedestal if I had to, and got the small key, and then just as I was walking to Trinex's door, I was like, wait, I got big key here, I got big key Evestown. Oh shoot, I'm in blitz mode. I can just do this.
Yeah, it's a very interesting way to get go mode with the Ganon Tower big key in the big chest, then you get the last big key you need, and then the last small key you need. And it was shaping up to be a pedestal seed with the fact that you got all 6 pod keys, you got the Hera big key, like you had everything you needed to pull the pedestal. So technically, you needed the 4th Turtle Rock big key to complete the dungeon. So maybe it was hiding on the pedestal. We don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, we'll find out in a couple minutes here if it might have been there. I kept getting panicked because I screwed up the bomb jump and ice palace. And I kept saying to myself, "Oh, please don't let something be there. Please don't let something be there."
Oh yeah. There was, I think it was a Meyer small key, so you didn't really miss out on much.
Yeah. Well, that didn't turn out to be too bad. But as I said, that one was the one worrying me the whole time. I was like, okay, at this point I'm committed. I can't go back in there until the end, and if it was something important, he was going to win. Not even a question. So just had to go with it.
Yeah, the one play Aaron did make that you skipped out on that we thought might be the big play is Bamo's tablet.
What did that end up being?
It ended up being the bug catching net.
Yeah, I kept wanting to do that, and then everything else just decided, oh, it's not going to be here. You know, it's like it was a singleton, unfortunately, at that point, and I kept having other places where I could get like 2-3 chests at the same time. And I was hoping.
Anyway, Aaron right now, he just finished off Thieves Down. He is about to head up to... Basically, when you killed Agate 2, he had just gotten go mode and killed Trinex. So that was the difference between you guys. He's going to finish about 10 minutes behind you.
Well, he put up a really good time then with this seed. It was a crazy fight, and the fact that he was able to pull that off, is really, really good. And it's going to be fun seeing, what happens in the next round.
Yeah, one more round to go. If you win, you're into the Mega Ultra Super Plane Race to try to be the 8th contender in the Elite 8 here.
Yeah, giant race where maybe one person definitely advances, maybe 2. I think, from what I was remembering, I think there's supposed to be 13 undefeateds after this round, so there's a chance it'll be 2 people who advance. So
yeah, there'll be a pair up, pair down in the last round. We'll see who gets it. Well, you might get paired up against one of the guys who are 4, and the pedestal just caps cash. So
yeah, nothing exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, so we do need to have a little bit of an intervention here.
Oh yeah.
We think you have a case of Bomberman syndrome.
I don't have any clue what you're talking about. Every single bomb I placed in the seed was necessary in order to properly complete the seed.
Okay, if you say so.
It's no worse than quaking certain things like someone else here may or may not have done on multiple occasions.
Who would you be talking about? I don't know who you'd be talking about.
I don't know. Slim, do you have any clue?
I'd prefer not to answer that, actually.
Fair enough.
Let's just be honest. We all live for the memes.
Exactly. So, anyway, unfortunately, I'm going to drop off here because I've got an early morning tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for the call. Thank you again to Speed Gaming for putting this all together. Thanks to Feasel behind the scenes. To make sure you all follow the commentators here, because of course they won't tell you to follow themselves because, well, they're too modest for that. But definitely go follow them. Follow the tracker for this race. Follow the whole team, because it's been an absolutely amazing team to put together. Amazing tournament that they've been running, getting all these races rescheduled and restreamed. So make sure everyone out there gives them all a follow.
Yeah, you should give Fred a follow. Like I said, he is the creator of the Zelda 1 randomizer. He's actually in the final 4 of the Zelda 1 tournament. I wonder how that panned out.
It's tough stuff going on there. There's a lot of really good competitors at this point. I've gotten a few lucky breaks, and now we'll see what happens there too.
Yeah, after the scrubs are snuck in the bracket are out like me, now the serious business goes on.
Please.
The creator of the the Super Mario Brothers 3 randomizer, which I need to pick that up. That looks like a lot of fun.
It's been a good time. We've been having a fun tournament there. Big John has been the one doing most of the driving on that one, getting things rolling. Got a really nice sized tournament rolling there. Also here on Speed Gaming, so those of you guys want to check it out, feel free. And yeah, definitely available for fun. I'm going to be trying to add some more fun features. Hopefully some stuff soon. Some stuff will be after the bracket phase of that tournament. That tournament's got another week or so before it enters bracket phase. So we'll see what happens, but hopefully it'll be a lot of fun.
All right, thank you, Freddie. You'll get some rest for your early morning tomorrow. I have an early morning myself, but I'm gonna watch Aaron finish this off.
Sounds good. Have a good night. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you, Freddie. Great race.
Later, Fred.
Aaron doing a good work getting through this gauntlet. He's now into the 5th floor here.
I can't believe you remembered the Quake medallion thing.
I mean, you commentated that, didn't you?
No, I was the racer. That.
Oh. I did it also.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
I did it in my second round race in this tournament. I actually put up the line DIE MEMEDIE, trying to do the Bart the reference from The Simpsons.
Oh, right.
Because my final name was Steamed Hams.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And all that was only because Willard was commentating.
Of course. But no, like, that's what happened in my race against Fred in the fall tournament, is that I forgot a location, and I literally quaked the location when I finally got it.
Okay, so that's what he was referencing. He was referencing
Yeah.
when I quaked the last chest in the game a few weeks ago. Fred almost with the sub 2 in-game time.
Yeah, not bad, and 162 out of 216. That's basically, yeah, Ganon's Tower, 27 chests there, so didn't check any of those.
Yeah, and skipping out on a few overworld spots that we know we didn't need, like Bumper Cave and Desert Torch. Aaron's not going to do anything to it, but he's not going to open it either.
Yeah. But yeah, as you said earlier, yeah, or as Fred said earlier, actually, yeah, this is still like a really, really good time for Aaron as well, especially considering the early troubles with Mothula. Still a lot of double dips in this particular seed, it seemed like.
I think the required double dips, you definitely had to double dip Pod and Mire.
Right.
Those are unavoidable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. Was Desert had to be double dip? I'm not sure. I know.
No, I don't think Desert was.
I mean, they did Desert. They did Desert twice. Just that they did right side and they came back for left side. I don't think there was anything in the right side they needed.
And I think Aaron full cleared Desert in one go. It was just Fred who had to do it twice. So.
That's right. I think what it was either you double dipped. Oh, because the Eastern Palace Big Key was there, so yeah.
Right.
Aaron going down to the Ganon fight. Looks like it's going to be an 11 or 12 minute difference. Not a huge time loss here. Again, when you die to Mothula and have to beat it up again, and when you have to double dip a dungeon that Fred didn't have to do, it adds up. That's how these races go. I can tell you from experience.
Yeah, definitely. And again, you're seeing a lot of really, really kind of top tier runners finishing these Keysanity seeds in over 2 hours. Over 2 hours is just kind of common when you're doing Keysanity because there's just so much ground to cover. More than likely, you have to go really far through pendant dungeons. It's kind of unavoidable to have a time like this.
Yeah, for reference, the record for a Keysanity is actually 1 hour, 22 minutes, 36 seconds.
And I believe the tournament one's only like 1:31 or something like that.
Yeah, 1:30 something.
Yeah, Aaron making his way through the Ganon fight on the Phase 3 already. Not get a torch glitch, but that is not going to be necessary. He has half magic, so not even a big deal.
Yeah, so one more hit on Ganon and gets it done. So get your GGs in the chat for AaronDobbe. He put up a great fight here.
Yeah, the floor tile reigns supreme.
Who knew a floor tile could wield a sword like that? He finishes with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 13 minutes, and 54 seconds.
Yeah, get those GGs in chat. Really, really good run. Really, really good race. This was really entertaining to watch just through all the route differences that we saw between both runners early on. It really kind of told a very interesting story of this seed.
Yeah, they were pretty similar for most of the race, but they did take certain divergences, and that could have been what was the difference.
Yeah, largely the discovery of half magic, I think, was what put Fred over the edge a little bit. Definitely had a more distanced Mothula fight than what Aaron had to kind of deal with. So that made a lot of difference.
that early half magic paid dividends for Fred. He was able to take care of Mocula in the first try, and being able to easily take care of Colts there, stuff like that. It adds up in the end.
Yes, it does. Okay, we will be getting Aaron in here shortly for an interview. Hello, Aaron. Welcome. GG. Congratulations on that finish.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, GG to Fred for sure. Wow.
Yeah, wow's a good way to put the seed. Some pretty interesting spots for some of these locations, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing is I pretty much took every wrong turn except for like I feel like the one decision I made correctly was going to Laser Bridge instead of opening the lava chest.
Yeah, that was a decision that Fred also made, and that turned out to be pretty important, seeing as how the two keys you desperately needed to beat the seed were hiding on Laser Bridge.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I just had when I was in the room with the Pokey getting the key, I had the vision going through my head of like going to Laser Bridge, finding only the Tower of Hera big key, and then getting nothing there except another small key to Turtle Rock to get the big key to use in the middle. But
yeah, but I think the most trolly that the seed dealt to you was the book and mire leading to the Cane of Samaria on Ether Tablet. That was absolutely ridiculous.
Yep. Yeah, the cane was probably my biggest obstacle, the seed, because it was literally the only place it could be at that point.
Yeah, the two items that you ended up getting that Fred missed out on for whatever reasons was the Freezer room in ice. Fred tried to bomb jump in, he failed it, so he didn't even bother going back for that. That's where he found your last useless mire key. And the Bombos tablet he skipped out on also. He went to Ether first.
Yeah. Yep, that certainly would have saved a lot of time over me, for sure.
Yeah.
As just doing the frog quest and wandering around, finishing Southwest.
But we were just saying that we think the biggest thing that he had that you didn't have early on was the half magic from the Waterfall Fairy, and
oh man,
he was able to kill Mocula with a lot. Mocula and Colster both went down much easier.
Yep, that would have been real helpful to have earlier. Because he obviously died to Mothula and died on the way there once as well, and then ran out of magic in the middle of Ice Palace and had to improvise a bit, and then almost died to Cold Stare. Yeah, I was having a hard time pretty much the entire time.
You were on the edge of your seats.
Yeah, it was really interesting because very early on, you both had very different kind of strategies. Fred kind of leaned more to following the breadcrumbs along, while you were kind of being more thorough with your checks. You actually checked all of Eastern, all you could of Eastern immediately, while Fred put that off to the end, so he didn't even get the Moon Pearl until it was his last possible choice. And you also had the second sword upgrade much earlier than he got his Master Sword, so you had that kind of advantage. But that half magic is really like Rambler said, that was definitely the biggest advantage that he had, and that kind of probably told the story of this particular race in general.
Yeah. So it's very unlike me to go to Eastern as early as I did. It's very unlike me to go to Ajina's Cave as early as I did for the second sword upgrade. But I was really nervous about the possibility of Zora having next progression and having to go all the way there twice after having maybe to farm a lot of money because I didn't have gloves to get to the nice farming spot. And I think I already had flippers by that point. I might be wrong. But
I think you did.
Because I couldn't have done Houlihan at that point.
Yeah, without gloves and with flippers, I don't think there's any way to set up Houlihan a consistent way.
I don't think there is. At least not at that point of the game.
Anyway, unless you guys have anything else to add, I think we're gonna wrap things up over here on Speed Gaming 3. Any last words, Aaron?
No. Thanks everyone for coming out and watching and staying up with me. It means a lot. And yeah, I think I have to do one more match, even though I'm mathematically eliminated now. I'll still play it. So
You can have a little fun. You can do what Fred did if you want to watch this race back. Fred was having a little fun with a certain weapon and things. You'll see if you watch the race.
All right, yeah, I'll watch the race back.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Shout outs again to fcoughlin and AaronDobbe for a great race, entertaining us all, and shout outs again to Cyclone for the tracking, doing a fantastic job, and to my commentary partner Slim Kirby, as always, great job joining me here in the booth.
No problem. Thank you as well for joining me. This was a lot of fun to commentate. Really, really great race. It was very, very enjoyable.
I like commentating Keysanity. I hate playing it.
I don't know. I still love Keysanity myself. I get an enjoyment out of it, but I can understand. I can understand feeling that way about it for sure.
Okay, if in a casual set, I like it. In a race setting, look at that first sword, 4 seconds in. Good job, Aaron.
Thank you. That was a major accomplishment.
I think that's a new sword record, actually. Probably not, though. Probably not. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and sign off here. Next randomizer race, we have tomorrow at 3 p.m. I don't know which channel just yet, because according to the list right now, it doesn't say it, but we have BTILCX versus GamerCal. That's going to happen at 3 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, so if you want more randomizer, that's when the races are starting tomorrow, and then, like I said before, 21 races tomorrow, so there's a lot going on, so you will definitely be entertained if you enjoyed this tonight. But as far as this race is concerned, this has been Slim Kirby. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to sign off, and I'll leave you the last words, Rambler. Never mind, he already left. Later, everyone.